Hello guys, my name is Sergio Gutierrez, and these are our zines. They're very visually friendly. You know, it's not so overwhelming that people don't want to put it away. You know, when somebody sees this, for example, this story right here, I was working on it for a while, and it was the bond measure that the district is trying to put out. And in the story, it simply explains of what the district's plans are. And here, you know, there's a little visual representation of a timeline of the bonds that have been passed. I believe it's important that it's in a zine because, you know, students can easily just take it, you know, on their way to class. They see it, like, oh, what's this about? Take it, you know, oh, it's a quick read, you know, nothing too hard, nothing too visually intense. You know, it's very friendly. It's, you know, it's small. It's kind of cute actually, and so once you see it, you kind of want to read it.
A zine is a mini magazine. It's a little bit more crafty, more artistic, more accessible, I think, than a regular magazine or a newspaper. Yeah, I think that's what a zine means to me, at least.
So zines are something that this campus hasn't really used to spread information before, which is why it has been such a big hit here. I think it's something new, it's something people haven't seen, and it's more inviting. You know, people have seen our regular print editions, and we put a lot of work into those too, but obviously people have different reasons for picking up zines. They feel more personal, they just feel more accessible. Also, just the sizing of them is really convenient and more appealing to pick up as compared to a traditional newspaper, which is so big and kind of clunky. We noticed that a lot of times people would pick them up and they would just kind of grab them awkwardly. So with zines, we thought it would be a good way to make it more interactive and more appealing to pick up. So that's, I think, one of the best things that came from that. Zines don't adhere to as many strict or professional guidelines that many newspapers do, and I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of people didn't pick up our print newspapers, because they were kind of daunting. It's the traditional method for distributing news, which oftentimes is, you know, seen as outdated and just a lot of information to take in. So with zines, it kind of makes it easier for people to digest information in a way that's also really fun to look at.
So in the beginning of the fall semester, we had several conversations in the newsroom, and we thought it'd be a good idea to begin making zines for our campus. The reason being is that we kind of wanted to let our presence be known, that we were here to help students out, because we knew that there was going to be many new students with questions about campus, as well as returning students, and we thought making zines would be an easy way for them to get information about our campus through, besides just reading it, we also included QR codes to help them gain further information on different things going on campus.
Oh, this is the one that started it all.
What is it?
It's the first mini zine that the Eldon made. Well, we made it to help students navigate their way around campus. As you can see on the back, it has the COVID guidelines, so it's kind of it was our first semester back in person, so this was kind of a cheat sheet for everyone to kind of know what's going on and just keep everyone informed mainly. So I think our objective was that we wanted to get the ball rolling at the very beginning and just releasing something tangible right at the beginning, kind of helped everyone get in the mindset okay, we're back, we're here to serve the students, and we have something that they can hold to help them navigate their way, you know, coming back to school. So
zines were really just our test project. We wanted to see how it would do, and after our first edition of the back to school zine and having a lot of our stands that we put them in go completely empty, we knew that it was working, it was doing what we were supposed to do.
So this is our spring semester zine. It's our little survival guide. It was kind of like a play on that show, Nets Declassified, that Kate nodded to for that one. So it's were bright and young and eager 4 months ago. It felt like so long ago, but yeah, this is the editorial team that we started off with, and it's more like back to school information, like our new president, the new building, the science center, and then what I contributed was this playlist. So we made like a collaborative playlist, and everyone just kind of was like, what's your back to school song? So I guess it was kind of like a soundtrack to the beginning of our spring semester. And it felt like a fun way to just start doing things and like meeting everyone, like the new people and stuff like that. It was just something we could whip up really quick. Since this is like bite-sized information, it's a lot more digestible than a big print. So I think that's the advantage that we have with this one. I think we have more freedom to play around with the format and how we want to present information to our community.
So why did we do the info assessment needs?
So we did the info assessment needs because, sometimes we're not too sure what to report on. So what we do is we go ask like the community of like what they want to know or what issues they're facing, so we know what to report on. So info needs is important because it helps us like realize what our audience needs, and from that it helps us know like what to report on. For instance, the mental health zine. Many of our many students here, of course after the pandemic happened, a lot of them had issues going on in their personal lives. So from that we figured, it'd be best to make a mental health zine to help them go through hard times and figure out a way to a solution to get out of whatever issues they have, such as depression.
And it took a while to make this. It's a 16-page zine, and there was a lot of interviews, a lot of talking to people, a lot of reading research about how mental health is affecting college students today. And since I still am struggling with mental health, I would say I'm doing better now. Especially after doing this, it was kind of eye-opening just to see other students really open up about their struggles and how hard it is to be a college student in school while working, trying to support yourself or figure out your personal life with your family or whatever you have going on.
So for the mental health scene, it was really refreshing to work on it because it's something that touches home with a lot of students, something that even faculty, everyone just kind of experienced over that 2-year and even ongoing, obviously, just state of confusion, panic, and a lot of other mental health struggles. So it was really great to be able to talk to actual people who could help, like school psychologists, professors in psychology who know what they're talking about, and find a way that students can
cope.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Miranda Navarro, and I'm part of Eldon News. I am the current social media editor. And right here is one of the zine workshops that we had. Our professor Sarah set it up, and we were able to show the community on how to make your own zine.
We hosted a zine workshop in a small store in our downtown Santa Ana district. So that was pretty cool because we had people from around the community come and share their own experiences and stories about Santa Ana, which is something that we don't really have. We don't really have any news teams, like big news teams reporting here. We literally are the source of information for our community. So that's where workshops like this matter, right? To get that kind of face-to-face value that newspapers don't really allow, or even just a lot of media outlets don't really get to have.
We decided to do the zine workshop just so we can be more included with the community and let them know who we are, and let them know that we're people just like them, and that they can make a zine themselves, and it's pretty easy to do. And so yeah, it was just an easy way to connect with community and an easy way to really be involved within the arts festival too. I think zines are important because you can learn so many different things from zines. Everyone is writing about their own whatever interests them, or they're making a zine for solutions, and I think they're really important to read. I love to read them because I learn a lot. And so that's what we're here doing, is making zines just to let students know, or people in general, like what's going on or what we're working on. And it's usually things we're very passionate about, whether it's mental health or community connections or plants or a transfer guide. It's just another way to learn more, and it's just a really fun way too, to be honest.
So as someone who's been on the Eldon for a couple of years, more than someone at a 2-year community college normally would be, it definitely has been one of the most innovative things that I feel we've done. I think that response carries both in our newsroom and also outside from our readers, like our students and faculty. So getting those type of comments where they're saying like, oh, it's really great that you guys are doing this, like it's a great way to give students information that they would have normally not had, is really, really good to hear. So a great way that we measured our success was just kind of the feedback that we received, the conversations that we were having in the newsroom, where students from other classes told our staff members that they found it really helpful and that they actually really appreciated the fact that it was a smaller design. Something we learned from Zines was that it was a really good way to get new students on board and kind of just started on this process of spreading information and letting people know what's on campus.
I think to me, a zine, I feel like a newspaper can sometimes be intimidating just because it's so big and it's so overwhelming. So to me, I feel like a zine is more personal. Like you get to pick it up and it's a personal size and it's just for you. Like we created this just for you. So that's what it feels like to me. I still like print, but this is just like, you can take it anywhere. It's very portable. A newsprint is portable, but this just feels more personal.
Let's get the show on the road. Ready? And okay, why zines?
My bad. Hold on.
Take a chance. Why do we take a chance? I mean, what else are we known for? That's not right.